And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Dyson Sphere. Okay. Let's see. Updates. Well, I am not on the home planet here. I am on what used to be the Circini. Yeah, Circini 1, which I renamed Metal Mecha. Because there's all of the metals on here. Yeah, I've gone through and I've cleared all of the rocks off the planet. We'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, I've set up some a full blast smelter for copper here. So this is 30 crafter or 30 smelters on one line. Because if you look at this, it's 30 cargo per second. Each one of these uses 1 a second. So therefore, you can have 30 smelters on one single blue belt. And then up here we've got an iron plate setup, which is also 30, and then we've got the magnetic ring setup, which uses raw iron ore, and this one is a 1.5 second craft, and so there are basically 45 on here. There's one row of 23 and one row of 22. Because if you take 45 divided by 2, it's 22 and a half. Well, we can't really build a half of a thing. So anyway, so that's a full blast there. What are all these materials for? Well, they're all for this up here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of crafts for the electromagnetic motors up here. Turbines, sorry, electromagnetic turbines. Because yeah, we've been in need of a lot of these, and we really don't have the resources on our home planet, or for that matter on our home system, to really set up a comfortable number of these. And so yeah, this is actually producing, if we look, 420 a minute. It's a magic number. So yeah, we're producing 420 a minute. I would also like to set up a little craft using a few of these to craft the next tier, which is a supermagnetic ring, which uses a few more of those magnetic rings, some graphite, and 2 of these guys. Okay, so we have, each one of these is making 30 a minute. Each one of these uses 2 every 3 seconds. I don't know. Yeah, see, that's 2. That's 1 every 2 seconds. So 2 of these should be able to produce 2 every 3 seconds. So 2 of these. Because that's 2 every 2, and then 1 in 1. So yeah, it should be. It should be enough. So 2 of these can go into 1 of these. I don't want to, obviously convert all of these into that, and I want to keep this open for expansion, because we would need extra materials for that. Let's dial this back here. That'll just keep me to remind me which ones, and then we can just have another smelting setup for copper and rings and iron plate, and then feed that in here, and then just continue on and just keep building more and more of those. And as you can see, I've got the entire equator of the planet ringed in solar panels. The whole thing going all the way around. So we have lots of power all day long. 542 megawatts available at all times is pretty darn good. Okay, as far as the energized graphite goes, that was a little trickier. Not much coal on this planet. This is the only coal on this entire planet right here. Just this. So as far as coal goes, we are going to need probably to bring some in. I don't think I need a blue belt for this. We're going to go basically straight up here. Oh, yeah, we can kind of dodge this. We're going to go up right there. We're going to go up here. I thought I went up. Why you no go up? Up. Come over. And then down. Well, let's leave it. Let's leave it elevated. Why not? And then we're gonna dump some out here. That'll kickstart this whole process again. Yeah, only 8 smelters can go on here. I kind of did a rough calculation. 462 a minute divided by 30. No, it's 60. Okay, so each one of these is 1 a second. So 420 or 462 divided by 60 gives us how many per second? All right, so the output from these, since we are full now, we're going to go along here. And then this, no, I want splitter. We want you roughly right there. Leave a gap of 2. This is more in line with sort of a a mass bus system. Okay, so there's the energetic graphite. We are also going to need a third thing in here, which is the rings. Why are the rings hurting so much? These should not be hurting at all. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did that when I accidentally built. When I accidentally built over this, it changed the belt type. So that was my bad. So now we should be good. There's just enough of a surplus on here that, you know, fills the belt and then allows me to back it up a little bit. Plus, not all these are running. I'm only going to have like 2 of these on here. Okay, we're going to have rings, which are here. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be our rings. So right there. And then our other thing can be here. And then you come out, in, over. All right. So let's get the rings stretched out across. Let's get this stuff. Wait, that should be right here. I had that in the wrong spot. Now I'm hoping that I can get some production in here. Set this to this. And then 1, 2, 3. The output from these will come back. Not sure if there's anything after this. that needs those. I haven't really memorized all of the recipes yet, so hope everybody enjoyed my April Fool's episode. I try to come up with something unique to do every year. Okay, so we're going to have you go in. We're going to have you come out here. So I've added a few mods to the game. You can get other mods other than mine at a website called Thunderstore, dsp.thunderstore.io, I believe. And there's plenty of mods available. One of those mods is a very popular mod that's going to be part of the base game soon enough. But when you copy a machine, it also copies the inserters or the sorters associated with that. So I have all the sorters set up on here. All I need to do is shift click that. You can see the sorters on there, and if they match up right, it will build the sorters as well. So you can see it really speeds up the ability to work with these here. Now we have a little bit of power, and let's unload. Well, yeah, blue is fine. So these will then make 20 a minute. So that's 40 a minute of these guys. That's not bad. Remember, every 2 of these is 1 of these. So, I mean, I could have 7 crafters on here, and they would be making these from here. So these 4 should really end up being running full blast. And this is a nice little setup here. This is actually works really, really well. You know, 1 ring for these 2, 1 ring for these 2, 1 ring for these 2 down here. And it works out beautifully. Perfect design here, I would say. Like, this is such a phenomenal design. All right, so we have these in production now, and as we add capacity to our iron, our ring, you know, our magnetic rings and our gears, we'll be able to really improve this. The other thing I want to do with this place out here, since we're kind of low on iron on our home base, I kind of want to set up an iron, just an iron smelting area for transport to anywhere that we may need it as we expand. I think over here is a good spot. We have a whole ton of space that's not being used for anything over here. Like, there's no resources. It's just wide open fields. I think that would be a good spot for an iron area. And now that we have these in production, we can grab those as needed, because they're used in the higher tier of belt, in the highest tier of belt here. And so yeah, that's good to have those, so I can make the super fast belts for, you know, smelting systems. So over here we have a whole lot of iron and titanium. Let's see. A good spot for this is actually right starting here. Because up here you have a lot of grid changes as you get closer to the poles. So right here is, you know, enough space, I think, for a line of smelters. And then down here is another huge area that you can use for smelting. But yeah, right here is a good spot for at least one setup. Yeah, the first thing I set up on this planet, because I was getting so much stone. Because the surface of this planet was absolutely covered in stones. So the first thing I set up was another foundation system. There's not very much stone on this planet as far as mineable stone, but there was enough. I mean, I produced a few thousand foundations just from the stone on the surface of this planet. And it didn't actually take me that long to get it because of another mod that I have installed. I basically installed the BepInEx mod system for this specific mod alone. Alright, so we have a ton of compression going on up here. Yeah, this is just not an ideal spot to put miners down here. Very, very compressed. And then we're going to have some over here. And then those lines will come down and get smelted down here. Yeah, because look at that. That's 9.4 million iron. That's 7.5 million iron. Like there's a lot of iron on this planet. All right. Tricky part is trying to find a sweet spot for these. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. That's got eight chunks on it. That's going to be really good. And if you overlap, it won't hurt anybody. So yeah, the whole point of this is to get a full blue belt's worth of material coming down. Because, again, one full blue belt is good for 30 smelters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Let's go this way. I think that's going to be enough spot. Yeah, it should be. So what we do is we set up one smelter. Now we're going to set up the inserters. We're going to have this one going in. We want to use one side of it, right? We want to use one side, and we want to use that same side over here. Let's see. We want this. 1, 2, 3. Put this guy over here. And stretch that out. Because remember, this thing copies the inserters. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we can just rotate this thing and have it going on the other side. And that's why we put the ore grabbing sorter on one side. If you put it in the middle, it doesn't quite work. And there's your 15. Or it's 15 on a side, 30 total. It's exactly how many of these can support. So there is your full blue belt of iron. All right, now we want these. Which one had the 8? I think it's this one. Yeah, 8 veins on this. We want this one to be sort of the master of ceremonies here. So he's going to be the top dog. Now, this guy can merge in. This guy can merge in. And then this guy can merge in. Okay, power-wise, I did craft a few of these, but unfortunately, they don't hit all the things. Like, it would be nice if one of these was just big enough to cover all 30 of those, but it's not. We would have to do like one over here and then one over here, and blah. So I'm more inclined to do the thing like this. Trying to get all the things covered. Okay, we're gonna go out. Up. Okay, and then where's our power at? Holy cow, we are a ways from this. That's exactly why. We have so much foundation on us. I mean, eventually, I'm thinking this whole planet's going to be covered. But all right, now we have 4 left. We're probably going to need some more of those. All right. Yeah, how many does 8 of those things do? 528. Whew. I mean, there is a mod for a bigger version of this. I did download it, but I haven't installed it yet. Because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to ease into the modding thing. You know, I didn't want to shock anybody. Are all those going the wrong direction? Yes. Yes, they are. How did I mess that up so badly? Pays to, oh my goodness. Pays to pay attention. All these are probably wrong. No! That was a very touchy thing there. So let's just paste that one over there. Yeah, one. Oh, see, look at that. See, I try to be good. Okay. Now I'm missing a belt on this side. So yeah, when you actually set up your inserters right, or your sorters, it's a lot less tedious to do big builds like this. Because this would have built properly had I you know, double checked my work. Okay, so there is basically 30 a second iron plate right there. No, we could. I don't think we're using all of the potential output up here. I think there's still a lot of a lot of stuff, and we're not even using this one. So there's a lot of expandability with this. But I want to set up an interstellar logistics station. Sort of smack in the middle of it here. And let's get you powered. That'll draw a little bit of power. Just a little bit. And then you. Actually, let's dial that back, and you can go right in. And then you are going to be iron plate, supply all around. As far as vessels go, can fill you up. And now we have a, like, I think our home base, we have like 6 or 7 smelters for iron. That's it. So we have exponentially increased the amount of iron we can actually support. Look, they're still emptying out all of their internal buffers. This is going to fill up with 10,000 before this thing really has a chance. I mean, yeah, there's 15 in a line. So there's like, I don't know, 1,500 sitting in there. Okay, there we go. Now we're cutting into it. Oh yeah, this is going to be fine. What I could do here is do that, and it will go up that much faster if we're going to start pulling iron out of this thing. Distance to enable warp. 12 AU sounds fine. But yeah, we want this thing to fill up as fast as possible. So yeah, having both those lines there, that will be helpful. Now, with all of these running, well, all with an asterisk, they're still emptying out. You're finally empty. You've got a little bit to go. There we go. Now we're going to start. Yep, there we go. Now we're going to start pulling. I wanted to see what maximum draw, once this thing was running full blast, what these guys looked like. So you're running full blast. You're prioritized, so you're running. With this guy, it's touch and go. The important thing is here, we've got a full belt coming down with no gaps. Any gaps in this line, and you're going to not be able to supply all the iron that you can. So titanium is something else that we could do. 2 giant titanium veins over here. I'm not sure if we look at components. So that uses 2 ore per bar, but it takes 2 seconds. So each one of these is also 30 smelters. It takes twice as long to smelt, but it uses twice as much ore. So in terms of smelters here, we could add another thing here. 1, 2, 3. Another one here. Oh, I'm running out of those. Which means we want to go here. I've been going through a lot of blue belt because these are all max setups. Right on the big line there, it's fine. And I think we have 1, 2, 3, and then enough for another line. So we're going to put down another smelter. Set you to titanium. Okay. Now let's make sure we do these right. Output. Input. Thank you. Output, we may be able to get away with doing the middle on that one. No, yeah. Do the middle on the output. Okay. Let's make sure that's going the right way. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. Rotate that. Yeah, back at home base, I have really increased the spaghettification of our base, and I'm now directly crafting the Mark II belt, the Mark II assemblers, and smelters. Just regular smelters. These don't come in a Mark II form. Alright, so you are going to come in and go in. You are going to come in and go in. Alright, let's get you. Yeah, see, that's a problem. So, there we go. Now for the minor part of it. Well, this is a huge vein of titanium. Like, this is a lot of different nodes. This will be interesting to see what I can do about this. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Well, let's see if we can dial it around a little bit. So that's 6. It's kind of my minimum I try for. Ooh, that's a good one. And then these last 3. Okay. So I think this 7, 3, 6, 7. So both of these take 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a splitter. But we're going to use it as a merger, of course. I'm going to nice smooth transition into there. Into there. And then these other ones. You got to use the right tier of belt. 41 left. So close. Can we make any more? Oh, we're actually... Oh, I must have... Okay. Iron ore on me for some reason. Oh, that's actually the wrong turnoff. This is the one I wanted. There it is. Hmm. I expected a little bit more out of these. So we're gonna have to tap into that other area in order to maximize our mining there. Okay, so we're gonna go sideways. Nine veins. Seven. Oh, I like the 9. That's like, I think that's a record for me. Getting all 9 of those. All right, and then you come down. You gotta use the right tier of belt to connect the two, otherwise it'll overwrite your belt. Yeah, that's just, wow, 594. That's pretty darn good. That's almost filling this 12 a second tier 2 belt. All right, that is a full belt going in. Let's set up this for titanium. You can see it's only 30 a minute, but it's using two ore. So we can produce the same, they can have the same number of smelters, but it's going to be half the production. All right, we've got ourselves some things and stuff here. And we are producing it down here. You can see we are maximum use. Yep, we are perfectly balanced here. Yay for math. All right, so that is a bunch more titanium to use in case our first titanium dies out, and we can always add more. This bank down here, you can see the grid. This is quite a large area, and there's a huge iron reserve right here. Like, huge. So there's more iron, there's a little bit more titanium. I doubt we could get another full bank off of this. We could certainly put a splitter here, have all of these belts coming down and merged into there, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go down here. Consider, look at this iron right here. 24 nodes. Glorious. And there's silicon down here as well. There's some more titanium. Yeah, we got lots of metal here, which is why I named it the way I named it. Okay. Can't do very many more of the blue belt because we don't have the nanotube thingies around. Do we have fire ice anywhere in this system? I don't think we do. This is a pretty warm system. I mean, this is a lava planet. This is a volcanic ash planet. Gobi, so that's a desert planet. Ashen, Gelisol, I don't know what that means. Yeah, we don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any fire ice. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Fire ice. It doesn't make sense. So in the end, do we just have these two running? Looks like we only have 3 of these things going. Is my ratios off? How many of these are consuming? This 20 crafts a minute. So that's 40 a minute of the electromagnetic motors. Yeah, 40 a minute. Each one of these is 30 a minute. So those two combined, 40 and 40, that's 80 a minute. 80 a minute consumption of the electromagnetic turbine. And then this, yeah, these 30 a minute. So that's 60 a minute. That is 90. This is 90 a minute right here. So yeah, I guess instead of a 2 to 1, it's a lot closer to 3 to 2. So 3 of these to 2 of these. So I could put another 2 of these here, and it would make this one run constant, of course. And it would turn these 2 on here and then have this one periodically using it, which would still give me quite a lot of these. So I think, yeah, I think I'm going to add, if I can, 2 more of these. 1, 2, like so. I just am not sure if I have the rings for that, because the other thing I'm going to do, dun, da, da, da. You know what? Let's how about here? All right, and power. Bingo. And ships. You can see the ships going around the edge there. And then these are going to come out and in. We have a lot of these. I mean, this is what? 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000. So yeah, there's enough in here to actually fill this thing up all the way to 10,000. And our power is doing great. So this is actually now producing quite a few. This is glorious. I have a bunch of graphite on me that I don't want or need. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So now all that stuff is coming over here just fine. And all these are running again. I gotta look at my rings here. Yeah, we're kind of hurting on the rings. I might need another setup of those. Well, I'll keep a close eye on it. we're still running full blast here, so yeah, I'll keep a close eye on it. Anyway, that's gonna have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.